I've had such busy couple of weeks, which is nice, but it's also very exhausting. But there's so many exciting things that are happening, and I thought I'll just, from the top of my head, just tell you about it and keep you up to date with what's been going on. So currently I'm preparing for not just the DAS live streams, but also for some tutorial series or just pre-recorded videos that we want to release on the DAS channel beginning next year. There's a lot of stuff that we've been planning, and that's kind of exciting. DAS and I have been also in talks about how we can incorporate the 2 monthly live streams and keep the public one on the DAS channel and make one private for DAS Plus subscribers. And I was thinking, well, what could be the edge of this? You know, we don't want to have the duplicate of one. We want to have something that's different. Well, at least that's what I want. So we're currently thinking of how we can make that happen. Maybe in regards to something like office hours, where people can drop in and ask questions, and I can demo things. So this is only going to be for subscribers, but not for season pass subscribers. This is going to be just for the DAS Plus subscribers, which is going to be exciting. So we're working on that. And of course, then there was the launch of the NFP server, that's DAS's Discord server for their non-fungible people project. And I got involved in that, and it's just awesome to meet that community. It's like a forum on complete steroids. So it's amazing to meet so many exciting people, and we bounce ideas off one another. So several of us are either PAs or I'm not really a PA, but we're kind of hanging out, and there's just cool people to meet, and we bounce ideas off how we can tackle this whole NFT space. So this is, I mean, not so much tackle, but how can we get a part of it? And I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's just booming, especially in 2021. It's been extremely busy in the NFT art space. And what most people don't realize, and I think this is why I dismissed it at first, what most people don't realize is when you sell a piece of artwork as an NFT, and I'm not debating whether it's good or bad artwork or whether you should do that or not. If you do that as an artist, you don't just sell the piece once, you do get royalties when the piece resells. And I think this is why that is such a big deal. So what many of you might not know is that Julia and I have been making commercial artwork about 15 years ago, very successfully actually. We had a little side business that was like a couple of bodies of work that we had. One of them was the light painting. So those are long exposure photographs that are kind of abstract paintings with light, if you will. And we sold them as limited edition prints, as well as mounted on aluminium with an acrylic backing on the front. So it's this exciting stuff, and they look really stunning, and they sold for vast amounts of cash. So I think the larger ones were about between 1,500 and 1,900 pounds plus VAT, which is kind of cool. And this worked well. We toured the UK with these paintings in, like, as I said, about 2005 to 2008, I think we did that. And it just was a lot of work on top of our day jobs, but it was a lot of fun as well. And we work on things like grand designs, as well as other public consumer affairs. We're in the Saatchi gallery, but that's very exciting, as well as many private collections. So that's really cool. And I'll show you some in a little while, because we're thinking now this is a collection that would be ideal to be sold as NFTs. But of course, how do we do that? And we know nothing about it. So I thought this is why it's exciting to get involved in this, with the NFP movement there from DAS, because they're taking this extremely serious. And of course, because they've been working on this thing called the Coca-Cola NFT. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it was a little animation built in DAS Studio, and it was the third highest selling piece of NFT artwork ever. And that's amazing. And of course, if and when somebody sells it and resells it, DAS as well as Coca-Cola, I'd imagine, I'm not privy to the exact details of the licensing deal, but everyone makes cash in that space. And that's why that's so exciting. So it's fairly cheap / free to get started, and especially if you have a backlog of artwork that you want to sell or that you want to make available again, this could be well the way to go it. And many people have done this already very successfully, and let's just see how it goes. So exciting news is we've kind of got the hang of at least the basics, which is exciting. So we've uploaded a few images on OpenSea, which is one of the marketplaces that lets you sell these things, and I'm ready to release this collection kind of fairly soon. So the collection itself is about 50 to 80 images. I haven't got the details. It's been literally 15 years ago. The images are striking though, and they'll be perfect to sell them as NFTs. And because I couldn't really figure out how else to do it, I'm not selling them as multiples. We're selling them as uniques. So that means a unique piece of artwork. Sometimes you get NFTs that have like 3 owners or 5 owners, and then everyone can buy a copy for a certain amount of money. And I think OpenSea doesn't quite allow that yet. So we thought, hey, that's fine. We'll just go and put this on as uniques. So if you buy it, it's yours to keep. There's no other owners of this, which is exciting, at least in this body of work, in this collection, in the light paintings, kinetic light paintings, that's what we're calling it. So to support us, I'm making the collection available now, and in about a week or two we're going to release it to the public, and we'll see how we roll with it. So much like with any business, marketing is the key, and it's one of those things. I'd like to run this as a side hustle, so I don't want to focus on this entirely, but it's wonderful to be able to add to the collection, like, you know, once a week or so, or twice a week, and just drop new pieces like the real NFT artists do. And I'm thinking, hey, this is great. It's you know, it's not 8,808 generatively generated pieces. It's actual unique artwork from 15 years ago. But light paintings isn't the only body of work that I have. I have so many Holger pictures from back in the day. They are very abstract and exciting, and I'm thinking if I figure out a way to do this, then I'd like to release that as a collection as well. There's so many other little things in our back catalog, and I think NFT is a great way to A, make this available again, and also B, generate another income stream, and then also C, of course, expand this into other areas like 3D artwork, little animations. I mean, all these little, you know, crab coming along over the overlay, or the mouse, or the cartwheel mouse, and all these little bits and pieces. They'd be ideal as little NFTs. So those are all separate collections, and I'm excited to launch that. Other than that, I'm also working with Infinite Compute on kind of a little discount deal. I'm looking forward to finalizing that. I need to get back to them on some wording that one of those things I just didn't have the time for. And then there's another couple of videos I want to make about billboards. So that's cool too. I hope I can do that next week. Billboards, so that you have a character and you render them on a flat plane, and then you use that in your master scene rather than having to bog that down with so much geometry, because that's not really necessary. So there's 2 ways of doing it. I'll explain both of them in 2 upcoming videos. One of them will explain how you do this with Photoshop, and then the other one will explain how to do that with one new Code 66 plugin called Billboard Builder. So if you don't have Photoshop, or if you want a solution that's more or less inside Dash Studio with nothing else, then you can use that. So I'll make videos on two of those things. One quick video I'm hopefully going to make today and release today as well is about the Dash Studio 4.16. Of course, that's only just been released today, and one new feature has to do with navigation. So that is one thing I want to do, and of course release this video as well. And what else? Oh yes, Brian has made an exciting video about the Russian 3D scanner. This is an application with which you can use one mesh and wrap it around another. By some magic that this program works. It's available as a standalone as well as a ZBrush plugin, and I've currently got the trial version and have been spending most of yesterday playing with that, which is very exciting. I've been able to wrap the Genesis 8 base character around the Girl 6 from back in the day, and once I figured out how the program works, and thanks to Brian's instructions there, I was able to have a result that is pretty passable. I mean, for an actual release it probably needs a little bit more work and attention to detail to match the iconic shape of the real girl, but you know, for first attempt for something that was no artistic input, just from a technological point of view, I say very exciting. So those are all the things that are going on for me, and I thought I'd share them with you. I hope I will see you later. Oh yeah, I also need to run through the upcoming DAS stream that's happening on Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the official DAS channel. Join me for that.